UBC News tonight is live from the Na Avenue. Thank you so much for watching and keeping up with UBC TV Inspiring Uganda. My name is Sharon Tumdisha with Nakakone Elizabeth on Sign Language. We'll take a look at our interesting stories and headline stories of the day. Africa Kwetu Trek Education and not for stamina. MOOC admits delays of graduation gowns delivery. 5 billion needed to prevent locust invasion. And OSPA recognizes best sports miners. Now, in our top stories of the day, President Yoweri Museveni has called upon the Bazukulu to prepare ideologically and physically to continue the struggle of developing the nation. The president was today speaking at the closing ceremony of the Africa Kwetu Trek at Birembo Technical Institute in Kakumiro District, the last stop and campsite of the 6-day trek that kicked off on 4th January at Galamba in Makiso District and ended yesterday. The president, who congratulated the trekkers upon successfully completing the journey, advised them to seek to develop themselves and the country. He was reiterated that they should think of ways of creating businesses in the hills like fitness centers and agriculture industries. Giving a briefing history of Birembo, President Museveni said that his first time in the area was through an invitation by the people. He noted that the battle that took place at Birembo was among those that brought a new force of change on the African scene. Now, the battle, he continued, was one that sought to give Africans absolute power to rule themselves and utilize their own resources. President Museveni thanked the officers led by Alice Kaboyo, Senior Presidential Advisor on NRA, President's Senior Advisor on NRA, for successfully organizing the trek, which has helped him recall a few memories that he had forgotten. President Museveni awarded a few of the trekkers for successfully finishing the 195 kilometers of the trek, among which was Lieutenant General Nalweyiso Proskovia. President Museveni, the chief trekker, was also presented an award for having been an excellent pace setter for the trek and leading it. Present at the ceremony was the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Kataha, Prime Minister Ruhakana Rugunda, ministers, members of Parliament, army leaders, among others.
We have already stomached the other one. You crossed Holma Road, and so we had stomached it somewhere. So we are still struggling with the base. Let's first finish, then we can be able to do more on the. I thank you for taking the purpose of the war.
Still on the trek, President Yoweri Museveni has explained that the purpose of the 2020 Great Trek from Galamba in Makiso District to Birembo in Kakumiro District was not to show stamina, but rather to educate the young generation among the history of their country, appreciate the veterans who fought for its liberation, and do what they need to do to make sure that their country survives. Different from indoor exercises where one would be distracted and not finish his return, President Museveni said the trek had been beneficial because it made one finish what they had started, even if they felt tired. The president was speaking during a press briefing at Birembo Technical Institute in Kakumiro District, the last stop and camping site of the 2020 Africa Kwetu Trek that started on the 4th of January 2020 at Galamba in Wakiso District. Regarding the reasons why they had to use vehicles on some sections of the trek route, President Museveni said it was not wise to walk with civilians in the night and that he could not just bypass the big crowds that awaited him along the routes, which took time for the trekkers. Explaining the rationale behind giving out some little money to the elderly that he met along the route of the just concluded 195 kilometers Galamba Birembo trek, he observed most of those people are too old to be fully involved in government development programs, and as such he extended to them a small token for their support during the war. Mr. Museveni clarified that while the country had put up a fund for the elderly to cater for the welfare of the old people, the program was still in its premature stages and is not yet sustainable. He reiterated that the country had other crucial priorities such as the development of infrastructure, which was beneficial to the entire country. The First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, has said Uganda is to be hosting the 2020 World Health Regional Summit from the 27th to the 29th of April 2020. The advanced team, led by the President of the World Health Summit, Professor Deltev Ganten, and accompanied by Germany's ambassador to Uganda, Dr. Albrecht Konze, and senior officials from Makerere University, the host paid a courtesy call on the First Lady at State House, Nakasero. Janet Museveni said there's a need for a deliberate effort aimed at strengthening partnerships during the summit so that Uganda can work with those countries that have drugs, better technology and more developed. Professor Detlev Ganten explained that the World Health Summit was started in Berlin in 2009 to improve global health in the population. He said the World Health Summit decided to look for the best university that is not from a G8 country to host the regional meeting, and this resulted in choosing Makerere University. He added that in October 2019, the World Health Summit International Presidency passed from Tehran University of Medical Sciences to Makerere University, and Professor Charles Ibingira became the first African international president of the World Health Summit. Professor Charles Ibingira, Principal, Makerere University College of Health Sciences and 2020 International President, World Health Summit, said Uganda is proud to host the summit and hopes to benefit from the knowledge and ideas to be generated. The World Health Summit brings together leaders from politics, science and medicine, private sector and civil society to set the agenda for a healthier future. In more news, Makerere University Kampala has attributed delayed distribution of graduation gowns to the delay in the procurement process. This follows complaints from students over delays amidst the little time left for the 70th graduation ceremony set for Tuesday next week. The communication officer's Makerere University Professor Muhammad Chigundu says the suppliers managed to deliver the first consignment of the gowns for students whose graduation is due early next week. Take a look.
This is a group of students chanting against the delayed distribution of gowns for the 70th graduation geared by Makerere University.
Tell us that they are making gowns from China. Don't we have people who can make gowns in Uganda? Some of us come from very far. People come from Mumbale just to come for their gowns, and on this day they are telling us to get gowns on Sunday. Is that really fair? Today if they are not giving us gowns, we're not going anywhere.
And remember when they were asking us our money, we never bargained with them. They said, pay the money, you'll get the gowns. We are now here stranded, no gowns. They are telling us we are sorry, you come on Sunday. What is that? That is bogus.
Although Makerere University's 70th graduation is just a few days away, only 7,000 gowns have been delivered by the supplier out of the required 13,000 gowns. Confirming receipt of the 7,000 gowns, the university administration attributed delays to the procurement process. However, the university spokesperson, Professor Muhammad Chigundu, says the 7,000 gowns cater for the first batch of graduates as they work around to see that the last batch is delivered.
What my assurance is that we had a delay in the procurement process, but we are doing all it takes to make sure that the gowns are here for our students, and we are attending to those who are graduating first, the second, and on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then the rest will be coming in because these are so many people.
Nonetheless, even those who received gowns missed out on hoods and vice versa, something that is enraging students.
For now, you see, I've got my gowns from inside, but the problem is that it is not complete. Some things are missing, you get, and we've been advised to either make the remaining part from outside, which is inconveniencing because I paid for my gown. Yeah.
It's better to buy from out because it's cheaper. Here it's actually expensive because a gown is at 90,000, which is a bit, it's not really worth it.
Well, Balu could have been about, institution, taking over and making this patented gown itself. Because now I don't think you'll be seeing them around. This one, you just pick a gown and put on your back. But again, these things will be actually contained and things will be fine.
It should be noted that in the recent past, the students had choice of either hiring the gowns from the tailors around the university or purchase them from those that were cleared to supply to the university. The whole set of gowns from one day ranged between 50 to 60,000, and now students pay 98,000 for those procured by the university. The university decided to contract one private supplier to take over the supply of graduation gowns to all students in 2016, which has since seen students purchasing gowns directly through the university.
We used to wait for the graduation day with anxiety, hoping to earn, to sell whatever you brought.
Yeah, we get very big challenge.
The contested Ugandan supplier opted to import gowns from China, which has apparently caused delays, prompting students to demonstrate. The person in question is said to be a former lecturer at the Faculty of Industrial Art and Design, Awan Kasumba.
It's getting silly and useless to come here every day. They should have just given us one day and told us on this day, come, gowns will be ready. But
otherwise, to deal with rumors and allegations, I think that's not time that one would actually accord, but the issues to attend to issues that pertain to our clients, our students, and to give them the gowns.
Mid last year, however, Taylor, through the association, tried writing to the university administration for reconsideration, something that has not yet yielded positive results.
We are dealing with brain and the heads. They can come and present their case, and this is easy. So otherwise, to deal with rumors and allegations, I think that's not time that one would actually accord, but the issues to attend to issues that pertain to our clients, our students, and to give them the gowns through channels that are legal and which are provided for within the laws.
Students who have not yet received gowns have been requested to keep calm and wait for further communication from the university. The 70th Makerere University graduation is slated for Tuesday next week. Susan Naong and Gloria Gwitabinji reporting for UBC TV.
Thank you, Susan and Gloria. We hope everyone gets their graduation gown to graduate on time, just like Makerere confirmed. Now, in more stories, a family in Aligoi sub-county, Bukedea district is in shock after they mistakenly buried a dead girl's body, thinking it was of their deceased daughter. According to Jessica Aguti, the firstborn, the family received information from police about an unclaimed decomposing body at Bukedea Health Center, for whose description was matching with their daughter. But now the real daughter has been discovered alive. Details follow.
Apalot Esther, a primary 7 Baptist from Aligoi sub-county, Bukedea district, went missing last month, and the family reported the matter at Bukedea Central Police. According to Esther's sister, Jessica Aguti, as the family embarked on the search for Esther, they received information from police about an unclaimed decomposing body in Bukedea Health Center 4, whose description was matching that of Esther.
So when you looked at the face, you couldn't even recognize, so that we just looked at the legs. So the legs were resembles with the girl we lost. So all our minds, we thought that is our girl. So from there we brought home. So we buried her.
James Magala, brother to Esther, however, says 2 weeks after the burial, the family received a phone call from Kampala with a voice similar to that of Esther, who was presumed dead, a development that scared and shocked them.
But at first we were doubting that maybe that could be someone against. When we tried to call back, we found her voice. She talked to us and she was like that, I'm in Kampala, I'm staying in a certain restaurant.
Esther's sister, Jessica Agoti, says after receiving the phone call, the family rushed to Kampala to confirm.
Daddy transported, went there with people. She got the car, so he went there. She got her from Kampala in Wino. They brought her back to home.
On reaching Kampala, most of them thought it was a miracle and they couldn't believe what was happening. Esther is currently being kept at her auntie's home after cleansing in the church, as James Opolot, a relative, elaborates.
So the church agreed that they should first keep her in this place because they want people not first of all to see her, but they will see her on that day that they have agreed on Saturday, where all the people will come to witness that they have really gotten the daughter.
The family is, however, stuck on how to proceed with the wrong dead body in their graveyard. Village chairperson Geoffrey Adungi wants the body to be exhumed with the help of relevant authorities.
I've already got somebody who have lost and she has appeared back home. But this body here is unknown body. That is my request to the security personnel to come back and decide what they are supposed to do for this dead body.
By press time, Bukedia police had not yet commented on the incident.
She's alive. Moving on in more stories, Ministry of Agriculture needs a contingency fund in preparation for a possible locust outbreak in Uganda. State Minister of Agriculture Henry Bajiri says the locust threat is real because they are devastating and in a big area in Kenya.
There is a looming invasion of desert locusts following their devastating effect in the Horn of Africa. Ethiopia, Sudan, Eritrea, Somalia and now Kenya are facing an invasion of locusts, and Uganda Ministry of Agriculture is not leaving anything to chance. Government instituted aerial spray control operations with support from Desert Locust Control Organization for Eastern Africa. However, without such support and cooperation, the destruction of the locusts can be so bad.
They talk about how they would come and leave a green ground looking black. Because after eating, they shit a lot of fecal matter, and that fecal matter makes the ground black after they have eaten everything black, everything green. So the magnitude was so bad then, and this was because of capability. There was no capability, there was no cooperation.
The locusts invaded Mandera County in Kenya and have currently spread to 6 counties. Control operations have been instituted to stop any attack.
Since the current control capacity is limited, some of the swarms could move further western into Turkana County, probably by mid-January 2020, this month. With likely potential risk that some swarms could spill over into northern eastern region of Uganda, particularly Karamoja regions that borders Turkana County in Kenya.
The Ministry of Agriculture has instituted a team to study locust control operations in Kenya, and the public, especially in Karamoja region, is urged to be on lookout for strange grasshoppers.
Technical people think that these 5 billion shillings can be enough in the interim to enable us prepare ourselves just in case. But of course, if the situation goes out of hand and there is need for more, then we go back. This is what we think. If we have it and there is a threat, there is an attack, we can now start with it for a couple of days. Remember, this creature takes 30 days from the time the eggs are laid to become fully adult to swarm. So that period, the 5 billion shillings, can enable us to really move and control the locusts.
The locust outbreak is being attributed to the high rains in the second half of 2019, which escalated breeding, multiplication and their spread. I'm Nafka Farida, reporting in Kampala.
Thank you, Nafka Farida. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with more stories.
Good morning, Uganda. Today is a great day to make someone's day. A wonderful day to rewrite the future. Today, a beautiful day to light up their world. Or maybe even the perfect day to say, you're my world. A marvelous day to make a brand new start. The perfect day to make the world smaller. Uganda, today isn't just another day. Today is your day. Airtel Money, with you always. Airtel Money, instant, secure, borderless.
Eastern and Southern Africa Capacity Building Center, in partnership with Nakawa Vocational Training Institute, brings you the Do-It-Yourself Chekolere, a skills training program to equip participants with basic hands-on technical skills for doing simple tasks in their daily life by themselves. The skills to be taught include repairing simple home wooden furniture, painting your own home and minor house repairs, replacing broken tiles and pavers, replacing broken window glass, fixing a blocked or broken kitchen sink or toilet, TVs, mobile phones and computers, changing a car tire and basic car servicing, welding and others. This training will take place at Nakawa Vocational Training Institute from 20th January to 13th March 2020, 8 to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. For more details, call 0706 694801 or 0701 231199. Do it yourself, Chekolere.
This festive season, enjoy great value from Airtel with the all-new My Pakalast combo offers. Yes! We have customized especially for you the best deals on minutes, data, and SMS with our 3-in-1 My Pakalast combo to give you the best value as you stay in touch with friends and family this season. To activate My Pakalast voice combo, dial *100*2*1# to get started.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
You're still watching UBC News Tonight. In more stories, Mary Goretich Tutu ascends to helm of the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development at a time when the delay in oil and gas production is a major concern within Uganda across its borders. With her predecessor, Engineer Irene Mulony's failure to deliver a final investment decision, all eyes are now on Minister Goretti. Take a look.
The Minister of Energy and Mineral Development has been in the spotlight in the recent years. This is due to increasing pressure from the public as well as potential investors on government to speed up the oil production phase. At the helm of the ministry for at least 9 years was Engineer Irene Mulony.
Our blocks are very attractive because the cost of finding a barrel of oil in the Albertine Graben is less than $1 per barrel. And yet the success rate when you go into drilling into the ground in your investigations, the success rate is over 85%.
She played her part and served the ministry and the country diligently with an expectation of finally ushering Uganda to the prestigious League of Oil Producing and Exporting Countries in her tenure. However, over the years, the final investment decision was her major bottleneck. Mulony made projections and set timeframes for the signing of FID, but all was in vain.
You know, it's a decision because it has heavy financial implications. We are talking of $3.5 billion for the pipeline. We are talking about $3.5 billion for the refinery. So they go into back on the drawing board. They cut off their assessments. Even them, they also go and borrow money, by the way. You get it? So all of those considerations, you know, and permutations, the modeling, there are so many things you put into context and you say, okay, we take our non-full, we take our inferior, you know, which direction do I go? So a lot of engagements, analysis before you make a decision.
The recent change of guard at the ministry means Engineer Muloni might now be a spectator in the FID spectacle, and in comes Mary Goreti Chitutu. On a first engagement with the media fraternity, the former State Minister for Environment showed the zeal to tackle challenges grappling the sector.
There was mention of work ongoing, things which are not yet fulfilled. So as a minister who is coming in, first of all, I'm going to study all those reports very carefully, and also working together with the technical team, see how we can push things, those which can be pushed faster, bearing in mind some of the international, you know, we are competing with the whole world, so we have to have all our ears and eyes open in whatever we do.
With the world experiencing fast and steady advancement in technology, Minister Goreti is concerned about the delays in oil production and feels the time is now for Uganda to get its oil out of the ground.
Then oil and gas, you all know that technology in the world is changing very fast. So the faster we get the oil out, the better. And in oil, you have to know the politics, you have to know the economics. So we are going to see that we work together as government. For us as political supervisors, how do we get this oil out quickly? So that is my task.
The final investment decision, which is supposed to unlock $20 billion worth of investment in the oil and gas sector, has been elusive over the years, and now all expectations shift from Muloni to Goreti as she takes over the mantle for steering Uganda to the promised land. Dennis Igoa for UBC News.
In our sports news, the chairman, National Councils of Sports, Bosco Nyike, has warned national sports federations which can't raise 75% of their annual budget to forget government funding of their respective federations. Onyike was officiating the annual Uganda Sports Press Association awarding gala at Imperial Royal Hotel. Uganda Sports Press Association crowning the best athletes for the year 2015-16 and 2018 minors at Imperial Royal Hotel in Kampala. Notable among the crowned athletes include Aviv Orland and his sibling Stav Orland, who were voted as the best motocross riders in the FIM African Motocross Championship during the 2016 and 2018 respectively. Others were swimmers Chiwawa Namtebi, female badminton player Tracy Naluoza, cyclist Hassan Sekanga, female swimmer Rebecca Sengonzi, male swimmer Joshua Ekiribu Kumbinza, and female hockey player Winnie Alaro and Doreen Asimwe.
Tony is going to move from office to please all federations. Those who are not active should be the registered. Those who don't have offices should be the registered. Because sports is not going to be done in that way. And we're also going to back another policy which says for a federation to be a national association, it must be able to cover 3/4 of the nation. So if you're only based in Kampala here, you're also in trouble. We want to see you in Western, we want to see you in Karamoja, we want to see you in Arua, things like that.
That brings us to the end of our news bulletin from 8 to 8:30 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sharon Tomjisha with Nakone Elizabeth on sign language. We'll leave you with the weather forecast by Alituvera Juliet.
Good evening, glad you're still with us on UBC. I'm Alituvera Juliet from Uganda National Meteorological Authority. Some parts of the country are experiencing light rains, and from the rainfall report received by 9 a.m. this morning, it is indicating Masaka with 27.5 millimeters of rainfall, Bushenyi 13.7, Gulu 12, Kampala 7.3, whereas Jinja reported 6.1 millimeters. This is shown on the satellite image that the rain belt is really further away in the southern sector of the continent, leaving our country in dry conditions, most of Uganda, and it is because we are receiving dry winds from Sahara Desert towards our country, but the light rains are attributed to the push from Congo forests. For tomorrow morning, we are expecting sunny intervals in most parts of our country, whereas in the lake, we are expecting light rains. Later in the afternoon, we expect a wet weather pickup. Those are light showers for most parts in the southern sector of our country. Elsewhere, we shall maintain sunny intervals. The maximum temperatures will be really high, and it will go up to 31 in the northern and the northeastern parts of the country. Around the lake, Kampala, we shall expect 28, Masaka 27, whereas Jinja 29 degrees centigrade. And for Kabale Highlands, a maximum of 25 is expected. Elsewhere across the globe, we are expecting rains for Mombasa, Dubai, and New York at a maximum of 16 in New York. Paris and London, cloudy conditions are expected, and it's really cold in Paris. A maximum of just 9 degrees centigrade is expected. Thank you for keeping us company. Have a blessed night.
Was brought to you by UCC, celebrating 20 years of achievements. Weekend on UBC.
Alright, now today we are all about celebrating the best and the brightest in this film industry. This young lady is extremely talented.
If you had taken 5 minutes of your busy schedule to just